So, hello everyone, I'm Star, and I decided that maybe I should try creating a custom Pokemon for
myself.
Or, as two very wise anime villains said, and make it double. So, I just thought about why should I create one custom Pokemon if I could create two? I decided to create two Paradox Pokemon, one from the past and one from the future, both being Eeveelutions. Because, well, Eeveelutions are cool. And we have 8 of them. But we have 18 types, so that means that we could have 10 Eeveelutions. Of course, I don't judge Nintendo for not adding more. Eeveelutions are already awesome and seem whole, but I think we could get more via Paradox Pokemon or regional variants or Ultra Space and such, and similar. So, I decided now to make two extra Eeveelutions. So, let us begin. Who's that Pokemon? It's Pikachu!
Oh, I don't think so.
It's Silver Eon. What? But jokes aside, I decided to come up with a little Pokédex entry for this new Pokemon called Silver Eon. And I also drew a fan-made Pokédex for just a little extra. Okay, I'll quickly read you the entry. Silver Eon. This Pokemon seems to be a robotic version of Sylveon from another timeline. Its creation's purpose or exact circumstances are unknown. Evidence suggests that while most other future Paradox Pokemon are organic beings with the appearance of metal, this Pokemon is actually made out of metal. The exact reason behind how this creature is alive is unknown, though it is theorized that the same magic that gives fairy types magic is the one that animates this automaton. Even though Silver Eon is completely robotic, it can still think and feel emotions just like any other Pokemon. Its ribbons seem to have been modified by its creator to resemble mechanical arms. The upper ribbon has the arms of a typical claw machine seen inside arcades, while its lower arms resemble human prosthetic hands. On the left side, we can see the normal sprite of Silver Eon, while on the right side, we can see it's shiny. The Pokemon may look identical at first glance, but if you look at their eyes, you can see that the shiny version has pink eyes. Similarly to how the original Sylveon's color scheme is swapped. And the original Sylveon has mostly pink fur, along with white and blue, but pink is the dominant color, while its eyes are blue, while the colors get swapped in its shiny variation. Similarly, to the original shiny Sylveon, the shiny version of Silver Eon also has pink eyes. It may be a subtle change, but hey, at least it's not green or just a slight hue shift. The second Paradox Pokemon I created is called Roaring Leaves and is a Paradox Eeveelution of Leafeon from the past. Unlike Silver Eon, that is pure steel type, which makes sense as its name contains the word silver, which is a metal, Roaring Leaves is similar to future Paradox Pokemon who have iron in their names and yet are not steel type. Roaring Leaves is a pure dragon type evolution. I'll quickly read you the Pokédex summary. Roaring Leaves. Similarly to how most future Paradox Pokemon have iron in their names, yet not being steel types, Roaring Leaves is not a grass type Pokemon. Even though it looks like Leafeon, whether the two are actually related to each other is up to debate. Its scales seem to have many properties of tough leaves, but clearly be scales. Because of that, Roaring Leaves can use attacks such as Razor Leaf by substituting plant material with its scales. This Pokemon is an incredibly fierce fighter, not giving up a battle easily. If one is able to earn its trust, they will have a loyal friend by their side, though achieving close friendship with this Pokemon is incredibly difficult. Its shiny variant is a strong shade of red. Red and blue, or especially vivid versions of said colors, are commonly given to dragons. So I decided to, even though make the original version blue, make the shiny version red. You can also look at its horns and see that a slight reddish, more pink-like tone is given to the normal Leafeon's horns, while a very light pastel blue is given to the horns of the Roaring Leaves shiny. It's a much more distinct shiny than Silverion's, but I like both shinies. Ironically, it's not even a Pokemon that is grass type and it still got the autumn colors with its shiny. Though in this case it's more dragon type, just we know how shiny Leafeon is. About the process that was required to draw this Pokemon, I first line traced the originals. First Sylveon, then Leafeon. Then I made an alternate version where I colored the lines to see how similar they are to the original. And as they were similar to the original versions, I created another copy of the line traced version and slowly started adding and erasing different lines until I got an outline which I liked. I polished it over and over and over while creating some backups to be certain that it works. It's important to create backups, and it's also recommended to use layers also. Especially on a potato PC, but on all PCs it's important to save all the time. Even if it's like per minute or per 5 minutes. Save, it's important. Fortunately, I didn't lose progress during that one, but in one of my older drawings, which are not right now on the channel, I lost like half an hour of progress. So not too much, but still, that made me learn that watch out. Piscal is extremely good with auto-saving. In Krita, you will need to save the work yourself. So anyways, when I made a proper line trace, I decided that it's time for coloring, and so I colored it. I played around with the colors until I got a Pokemon that is functioning. And then I just recolored everything with an alternate color to make the shiny version. It was not that difficult, though line tracing with little pixel brushes was a bit hard. But I used the original layer, or well, I made the original layer, the original Pokemon, and I created another layer to line trace it. It's rather easy compared to drawing something on your own to line trace, and even though it's the easy way, it's far not as frowned upon as using AI or such. So that's cool. If you're into art, you should try it out too. You can just line trace a character and add your own details, and you can make your OC based on another character. Of course, you cannot sell that because that's clearly a copy, but if you cannot draw, but want to, it's a good little strategy. So, hello everyone. If you have the same amount of patience as I do, then you probably skipped here. So, welcome. I hope you're having a great day. The two Paradox Eeveelutions are called Silver Eon, who is from the future and is a pure steel type, and a version of Sylveon, while the other one is called Roaring Leaves, who is a pure dragon type and is a past Paradox version of Leafeon. I hope you enjoy them. Here is the shiny version of Sylveon. The difference is not extreme. The only difference is that similarly to how a normal Sylveon has blue eyes and the shiny one has pink eyes, this Sylveon also has blue eyes, while its shiny variant has pink eyes. Of course, Sylveon's fur also changes color, but in Sylveon the same metallic colors stay and the eye color is the only difference. Roaring Leaves and its shiny has a much greater difference. While the Roaring Leaves is blue with slightly red tinted horns, the shiny version is a strong vivid shade of red commonly associated with dragons, but also with slightly bluish horns. I think it's cool, and it's funny how even a fan-made Paradox Eeveelution has more autumn-like colors in its shiny than the actual Leafeon. But okay. At least it's not getting the Espeon treatment who just got a green recolor as the shiny, like poor Espeon. Here are the dex entries. I tried to come up with interesting lore for the Pokemon, or just, not lore, just some interesting little facts. And I hope you enjoy it. I also read them out loud in the main part of the video. This is just a summary. You can find it. I'll probably leave a timestamp for actually reading it out, but if you just read it yourself, you're not gonna miss out on anything special.